You'd be wrong to think that slap incident between Will Smith and Chris Rock was over. No, you have to think again because we'll be talking about this for a few more weeks. There were several contradicting sources of information about what truly happened right after the moment that became the most viral video of the year and maybe even the decade. For a lot of people who are not familiar with the story, Rock cracked a joke backstage right after the event happened while still wrapping his head around what he just experienced. "I just got punched by Muhammad Ali and didn't even get a scratch," he quipped. This single act has ripped Smith of a lot of things he had worked for over the years. He has not just been banned from the Oscars in the next 10 years, he also lost his respect from a lot of people, including Steve Harvey. Of course, hot celebrity just like this can only come from Celebrity Gossip YouTube channel. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey was born on January 17, 1957 in Welch, West Virginia. He is the son of Jesse Harvey, a coal miner, and Eloise Vera. His first name is Broderick, named after actor Broderick Crawford of the TV series Highway Patrol. Steve had a severe stuttering problem as a child, which he eventually overcame. Steve's family moved to Cleveland, Ohio, living on East 112th Street, which was renamed Steve Harvey Way in 2015. In 1974, he graduated from Glenville High School. Not long after high school, he attended Kent State University and West Virginia University and is a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Steve has been a boxer, an auto worker, an insurance salesman, a carpet cleaner, and a mail carrier. His first performed stand-up comedy on October 8, 1985 at the HILARITIES Comedy Club in Cleveland, Ohio. In the late 1980s, Steve was homeless for 3 years. He slept in his 1976 Ford when not performing gigs that provided a hotel, and he showered at gas stations or swimming pool showers. Rich and Becky List helped Steve during this time with a contract for carpet cleaning and credit at a travel agency. Steve was a finalist in the second annual Johnny Walker National Comedy Search, performing on April 16, 1990, eventually leading to a long stint as a host of its Showtime at the Apollo, succeeding Mark Curry in that role. His success as a stand-up comedian led to a starring role in the short-lived ABC series Me and the Boys in 1994. He would later star on WB Network show The Steve Harvey Show, which ran from 1996 to 2002. Although he was popular, the show never achieved critical acclaim outside of the African American community. Steve again began hosting Family Feud in September 2010. The show has seen improved ratings under Steve, and he has surpassed every previous Feud host to date in length of consecutive tenures. Also, Steve hosts Celebrity Family Feud, where celebrities compete for a chance to donate up to $25,000 to their favorite charity. The show airs during the summer on ABC. On August 2, 2012, Steve performed his final stand-up act at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, ending a 27-year career as a stand-up comedian. The 2-hour performance was broadcast live on pay-per-view. Steve united all of his businesses under Steve Harvey Global, SHG, in 2017. The brands under SHG include East 112, Harvey's in-house production company that is used to develop digital content, films, and television. The company also owns the rights for international versions of Family Feud, of which an African version of the show was announced to begin in 2020. He also launched the Sand and Soul Festival in 2017. The event has been held yearly and features live music, comedy, and a question and answer session with Harvey and his wife Marjorie. He also launched Harvey Events, a special events company led by his daughter Morgan Hawthorne and son-in-law Kareem Hawthorne. It has produced events such as FLORIBBEAN Fest in Atlanta in 2018. In 2017, Steve began hosting a New Year's event special from Times Square for Fox, which, like his talk show, would be produced in partnership with IMG. 2 days before the broadcast, Harvey was ordained in the state of New York so he could officiate an on-air wedding between KEVEN Undergaro and Maria MENOUNOS during the special. The special was Fox's most watched New Year's event broadcast to date. At the end of 2018, it was announced that Steve would be the host of the 8th annual NFL Honors. According to Steve, he wanted to host the honors for a while, going as far as to say his opening monologue, "What took y'all so long to ask me to host the show?" He returned to host the 9th annual show the following season. In 2019, Steve also announced the launch of a learning hub called Vault. He also spoke at the first Vault conference held in Los Angeles. He also invested in the takeover of HDNet along with Anthem Sports and Entertainment. Steve Harvey has been married 3 times and has 7 children, 4 biological and 3 stepchildren. From his first marriage to Marcia Harvey, he has 2 daughters, twins Brandy and Carly, and 1 son, Broderick Harvey Jr. Then his second marriage to Mary Shackelford, Steve has another son named Winton. Steve and Mary divorced in November 2005. And in 2011, Collin County, Texas-based 199th District Court Judge Robert Dry expressed concern about Mary Harvey spreading false information about the divorce, with the judge suggesting that she had not been left materially destitute. In June 2007, Steve got married to Marjorie Bridges, who he claims is responsible for making him a better man and changing his life. Marjorie Harvey is mother to 3 children, Morgan, Jason, and Lori, all of whom Steve adopted. Steve and Marjorie have 5 grandchildren, 3 through Jason's marriage to his wife Amanda, 1 through Morgan's marriage to her husband Kareem, and 1 through Carly's marriage to husband Ben. Steve Harvey lost all his respect for Will Smith after slapping Chris. I know by now everybody is aware of the Will Smith and Chris Rock Oscar story. Well, it's been nearly 2 months since Will Smith shocked everyone by slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. In an interview at Georgia University recently, Steve has revealed why being a Christian partly led him to losing respect for Smith following this particular incident. It's safe to say Will has lost most of the things he built up over the years. Steve reportedly described Smith slapping Rock as a punk move, adding that he's lost a lot of respect for Smith. "I'm a Christian, but I'm really undeveloped," according to the New York Post. "I don't have high-level Christianity. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a 2. That's the level of Christianity I can work on," Steve said. "You slap Dallas-based megachurch bishop T.D. Jakes, he'll turn the other cheek. You slap me, if you sit back in your seat, Jada would have to move out the way," he added. "That's the type of Christian I am." You remember that Will slapped Rock after the comedian made a joke about his wife Jada Pinkett Smith, who suffers from alopecia, being bald. Will has since resigned from the Academy and been banned from all Academy events, including the Oscars, for the next decade. Defending his wife was not necessary. Not when he knew that Chris is a comedian. "My actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. The list of those I have hurt is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all those in attendance, and global audiences at home," he said at the time. It's such a hard time for Will and his career. Jada briefly addressed the controversy last month when her Facebook Watch show Red Table Talk returned. Considering all that has happened in the last few weeks, the Smith family has been focused on deep healing, read the title card at the beginning of the season premiere. "Some of the discoveries around our healing will be shared at the table when the time calls. Until then, the table will continue offering itself to powerful, inspiring, and healing testimonies like that of our incredibly impressive first guest," she said. Will's career has already suffered because of this incident, with multiple projects of his being put on hold. A source told Entertainment Tonight this week that Will has been going to therapy after the Oscars event, in the hopes of bettering himself. He is also recently spotted in India, though it's not immediately clear why he was there. As for Rock, he's already returned to stand-up comedy, but has stayed relatively quiet about the slap. It will certainly be interesting to see what he says about it in the future and what becomes of Will's career. What do you think will become of Will and his career in the future? Is he going to bounce back? Drop your answers and comments in the section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Thanks.